Hey, wanted to make a really quick video on how to rack your weapon effectively or efficiently, right? I see a lot of people do this on the range, and I just think it's important we go over how to rack your weapon. So this is my Glock 19. It's cleared, right? So no round in the chamber, no magazine in. So we're going to use this with no magazine in it. So a lot of people have this weird way of racking the weapon, right? Which is they go to rack the weapon and they actually try to help that slide go forward, making sure to kind of love that slide up to make sure that round gets chambered, seats really well. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. These weapons are not made so that you pull it back and then slowly let that slide go forward. These weapons are made to rack like that. You want to pull that rack back, right? Pull that slide back and let it go, right? Just let that slide fall forward. That's the best way you're going to be able to do that. Now, if you go where you're firing at the range and all of a sudden your slide locks back and you're out of ammunition, there's another way that you want to rack this thing, right? Or you want to chamber another round. You want to release the magazine, do a magazine change, right? You want to turn, and what I always do is I turn with my support hand, come over to the top on this slide lock right here, the slide release, and I push that down and then present my weapon out. So I use my support hand. So after I lock another magazine in, load another magazine, I'm gonna turn my support hand, drop that slide lock, let that slide fall forward naturally, and then press that weapon out or present that weapon out. All right. So again, you can use that slide lock, right, and let that slide go forward, right, very, very easily. You can turn the weapon sideways after you've gone ahead and introduced a new magazine to it. Turn that weapon sideways, grab the slide, pull it back, let it go, let your hand fall to your chest, right? Just grab it, pull back, and let your hand fall to your chest, and then push that weapon out, right? Introduce that support hand to it, right? Turn that weapon back upright, introduce that support hand to it, and then push that weapon out. Or you can go over the top, right? And over the top, simply grab it here, slide it back, and the same thing. You want to let your hand fall toward your chest, then introduce your support hand back onto it, let it push out. You just don't want to help that slide forward because you're not helping it. You're going to probably cause a misfeed, malfunction in this, and then that's not going to be good. You're going to spend a lot of time clearing that weapon. So just pull that slide back, let it go, right? Let your hand fall back to your chest, let it go. Introduce your support hand back up, then push that weapon back out. So that's a little bit about how to use that slide. I know a lot of people have watched if you're going to Israeli carry, right? The Israeli carry, very, very interesting. They don't carry one in the chamber, right? So the gun does have a magazine in it. Not this one, but their weapon would have a magazine in it. They're going to bring that weapon up, turn that weapon sideways, pull that weapon or that slide back, and then push that weapon out as they release that slide and then marry their hands together. The interesting thing though about the Israeli carry guys is they don't use, when they go to rack the weapon, all right, they're going to keep this thumb. They're going to use a really good strong grip on this. This thumb is down. When they come with the support hand, it goes over the top of that. It goes over the top of that thumb, right? The way we like to do it is we like to keep this thumb up. We like to put our hand down here, right? Put your palm of your hand, cover up that spot. You're gonna go ahead and cover up all that. Take away the slack, keep this thumb on top, right? Keep this thumb on top and then present that weapon out. That helps you a little bit with recoil, things like that. So real quick tip on how to rack your weapon effectively. And if you're gonna Israeli carry, make sure that you understand that when you go to draw that weapon, you're gonna pull that up, you're gonna rack that weapon, push that weapon out, and then put your hand on it. So just something to keep in mind, no matter how you carry. One of the big things I always say is you need to have absolute awareness of your weapon at all time. I don't do a lot of press check, right, where you grab the front here and you pull it back to see if there's a round in the chamber. Don't do a lot of press checks. And the reason for that is when I rack this weapon, all my weapons that I carry are loaded. I don't have to press check it to make sure that it's loaded. I know that it's loaded. The only time I'm going to check to make sure there's one in there, if I drop that magazine and I'm going to clear that weapon, right? I'm going to pull that slide all the way back. That way it ejects that round and not just shows one in there. And I'm going to do that with any weapon that's handed to me. I'm automatically going to assume that the weapon is loaded. So I don't do a whole lot of press checking. You know, a lot of guys love to press check. Man, they press check every 5 seconds. I don't necessarily do that shit. But that's my quick video on racking your weapon, right? Several different ways to do it. Use that slide release, turn that weapon sideways, come to the side on it, or over the top, and then rack that weapon back. Whatever works for you, whatever you do, train well with it. And if you haven't already, guys, hit that subscribe button, leave me some thumbs up, some likes, and leave me some comments. I answer them all the time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.